Every network engineer knows the process. Before implementation begins, we need a design. We need a high-level diagram, a detailed low-level design, an implementation plan, and the device configurations needed to actually build the network. NetDraw Pro brings that entire workflow together in one place. I'll start with a blank canvas and build a network from scratch. NetDraw Pro includes network devices such as firewalls, routers, switches, wireless infrastructure, cloud platforms, and other common network components. For this demonstration, I'm starting with a pair of firewalls and building out the network topology below them. I can quickly add devices to the canvas, position them, group them logically, and begin creating the network topology. But NetDraw Pro is not just about creating a pretty network diagram. Each device in the design can contain the technical information needed to build and document the actual environment. As I connect the devices, NetDraw Pro begins turning the visual design into a technical network model. Connections can represent physical or logical interfaces, and device information can be defined directly within the design. This allows the diagram and the technical configuration to remain connected throughout the project lifecycle. Here I'm configuring the switching layer of the design. Device details such as hostname, management addressing, VLAN information, interface assignments, routing information, and other technical parameters can be associated with the devices. This is where NetDraw Pro begins to separate itself from traditional diagramming tools. From the network design, NetDraw Pro can generate actual device configuration. Instead of drawing the topology in one application, documenting addressing somewhere else, and manually creating configurations in a text editor, the information stays connected to the network design. The result is a workflow that is faster, more consistent, and easier to maintain. Now I'm continuing to expand the network. Additional devices and connections can be added as the design grows, allowing the engineer to move from a high-level concept into a detailed low-level design. The same project can evolve as the network moves from planning into implementation. Here, I'm building out another section of the topology and adding the information required for implementation. This is important because network documentation should not end with a picture. Engineers need to know how devices connect, which interfaces are being used, how addressing is assigned, and what configuration is required on each device. With NetDraw Pro, the topology becomes the foundation for the technical documentation. As the network changes, the design can be updated and the associated device configurations can be reviewed directly from the project. This helps reduce the gap between what was designed, what was configured, and what was actually deployed. NetDraw Pro also allows engineers to work more efficiently when building similar sites or network environments. Instead of starting over with a blank diagram for every location, an existing design can be duplicated and adapted for another site. The topology is already there. The engineer can focus on updating the site-specific technical details. Here, the design has been expanded to represent multiple network locations. Each site can maintain its own device names, addressing, interfaces, VLANs, routing information, and configuration requirements. This makes NetDraw Pro useful for branch deployments, migrations, refresh projects, and standardized multi-site network rollouts. And because the device configuration is tied to the design, I can review the configuration for individual devices directly from the network project. This provides engineers with both sides of the implementation process: the visual topology that shows how the network should be built, and the technical configuration required to build it. After implementation and migration testing are complete, the project can be updated to reflect the production environment. Now the same workflow that supported the high-level design and low-level design can be used to create accurate as-built documentation and final device configurations. No rebuilding the entire network diagram from scratch after the change window. The completed project can then be prepared for documentation and handoff. From initial design to detailed engineering to device configuration, implementation, and final as-built documentation, NetDraw Pro helps network engineers manage the complete network design lifecycle. NetDraw Pro. Draw the topology. Get the real configuration back out.